everybody, and welcome back to Memoirs and Some, the podcast. It is your girl, Myia Dominique. We have Miss Myla in the building today, and we're doing things a little differently today, y'all. Of course, I have my little baby co-host, but I am not hosting today. I am actually getting interviewed. So today, we decided that it was time to answer some questions. We kind of went through like my TikTok of questions that people had of just the whole entire situation, just everything. It was so many questions. There's so many things that people want to know, and it's only a glimpse on TikTok. So with me closing out Memoirs and Some, and going into a new podcast with my sister, Girl, Let Me Tell You, I decided that my last episode of Memoirs and Some would be Myia Speaks. A lot of people saw Carisha Speaks. I hope you saw Carisha Speaks. And if you didn't, we are mimicking that episode where Saucy Santana, he was able to interview Young Miami. So now I have my cousin in the building tonight, Miss Ari, aka Ariana if you're nasty. No, I'm just playing. I have her in the building tonight because she is actually going to be my Saucy Santana tonight and ask me all of the questions that the world wants to know. So without further ado, Miss Ma'am, it is not our show no more. We are going to turn this over to Miss Ari.
Hey everybody. You ready for the smoke?
Yeah, I'm ready, girl. Oh Lord. So before you get into it, kind of give the people a foreplay of like, and when I say foreplay, not like that, y'all nasty.
Oh, all right.
No, but give the people a little background on, your take on things. What was your perspective? Because you was here like literally every step of the way with everything. So let me give the people a real backstory. If you don't know, I have a series called Pregnant by a Man Living a Double Life on TikTok. It went viral. I've had some TV companies reach out, some media companies reach out, taking things to another level with this series. However, it was very traumatizing. It was super, super traumatic for not only me, but my kids and all of my loved ones around me, just kind of going through it, me and my daughter. But we are here and we are standing strong, and it does not matter anymore because God has the last say, and we good. We living good and looking good, of course. So that is the background on that, but I'm going to let her give her take, and like I said, we're turning it over to Miss Ari.
So you just want me to tell them how I feel about it, or just overall?
You can tell them whatever you want to tell them.
That stuff is crazy. Y'all don't get in the car with her, she mad, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? That was just overall like a lot, especially when you have a pregnant cousin and you just want the baby to be okay. As y'all know, my niece who had some complications, so we're gonna pray through that. But I feel like because my cousin was so stressed out with the last stages of her pregnancy, and it came out of nowhere. Like, they was cool, like kicking it, chilling. Next thing I know, motherfucker saying they ready to leave, and it's so hard, and that's even more harder when you have that going on, when you done had your sister lose a parent. So if y'all don't know, her sister lost her dad around this time. It happened literally the day of the funeral, like just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he was off drugs, like it was just so crazy, so much going on. And then said that I had to like watch her go through that, but not only that, but then like knowing she's pregnant, trying to calm her down. And if y'all don't know Myia, she's hard to calm down. She's mad. Like, you know how you poke a bear? You poke her so much, she's gonna explode, okay? And you don't want her to explode. And like having to witness that, and her children having to see that and see her in that state, and just all that craziness. And even her baby daddy even having to pull up and, come to get his child, and then the CEO, like, it made all of us mad and her upset and confused. Like, why did you do this? Yeah. Like, we was TikToking away, enjoying each other. Like, I'm thankful for my niece, but you didn't have to do this. Like, you didn't at all. Like, you made her happy and then you just crumbled it. Like, we thought we was finally gonna have a healthy, happy pregnancy, like maybe even get married along the line, with her every day and with her every step of the way. Like, you just took the stress. Like,
and it's crazy you said marriage. It's so funny she said that. for those who don't know, he and I did an episode. So it was really crazy that she mentioned marriage because that was what he was manifesting. He was very much heavy on the I'm going to be your husband, I'm going to be your husband. So all of this was very random. I just thought I would put that out there. Feel free to go look at that episode too. But anyway.
But anyways, we here. And I just feel like, Vontae, I know you probably don't see this because you're always looking through the people. Your bogus as fuck. We don't like your people. That's how I feel about it. But I'm happy that my cousin has finally got to the place where Miss Myia and kept her smiling and like she's in great spirits saying, look, we got a firework shoot, you know, blessings, money, you know, turn pain into pennies, you know.
Yes. All right, y'all. I guess she finna get into the smoke, as Carisha say. Oh, my love.
Yeah,
what you got going on, girl?
So my first question is, first of all, how are you? Mental health check-in, how are you?
Mentally, I feel like I'm good. Like, I feel like I'm in a place of, yeah, mommy's good. I feel like I'm in a place of peace. I feel like I am in a place of happiness, getting to know myself again. What makes Myia happy? What does Myia like? I'm not going to say that it's always easy. I do have sad moments where I go through, you know, little periods where I'm just like, dang, you know, this is reality. You know, and then it just makes you feel like you got to look at yourself and sometimes be like, dang, is it me? You know, and I think that mental just check in alone on that subject is a lot. It can be overwhelming and overbearing at times. But I had to really realize, like, no, it's not me. You know, a genuine heart and a pure-hearted person and a pure soul, it doesn't come all the time. It comes a dime a dozen. So with that, I have to know my worth and just know, like, everybody don't deserve that you. And it's okay that you don't give everybody that you. And that's just kind of where I'm at with it. So mentally, I guess I'm in a good place. I'm in a much better place.
So how you feel? You know, you're a very private person. Like, I know, like, I used to couldn't get you to get on camera for real with your life. So, like, telling the whole, like, world, strangers, family, friends, and supporters, like, how do you feel since the series dropping? Like, how do you feel about that, like, actually opening up and telling people your story?
At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very nervous. I think I was more concerned about what would people say, what would people think. And then once I really started to see, like, man, you know, a lot of people deal with this. It's so easy for people to judge and say stuff about something that that someone else is going through when they're not in that person's shoes. And then more so, I think it was a sense of, like, freedom, like getting it all out and venting to say, you know, hey, you know, you're not alone. If you are going through this, I'll just be the one to tell my story. But you could tell you're silently agreeing with the same things. We all go through different things. We all have different things, you know, to happen in our lives. And I just feel like since the series dropped, I just feel like I'm a better person. I'm a better woman, a better businesswoman. But even just overall a better mother. I'm looking at things from an even more magnified standpoint and clear standpoint. Just being a mother and a woman overall, I feel like it was what I needed. It was what I needed, definitely.
Do you ever feel like guilty because we seen, you know, Miles and Mario's side of things? Like, do you ever feel like guilty as a mom? And mind you, to bring up, I was in the car with you, and I remember you breaking down and sad. You pulled out the White House, and you just like, you know, I'm trying not to get emotional, but you was like, Mario, you know, I'm sorry. You know, you felt like I failed you again, like I fucked up. Like, do you still feel that way? Like,
you know what? Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that is a feeling that's easily to shake, because it's not. And I'm not looking at you because you're crying, so I don't want to cry. At first, I did when it was still very, very fresh. I did feel like I failed. You know, like, how did I let this man do this to us? You know, how did I even let this get to this place? But everybody was happy. It wasn't like I was being a selfish parent where I was only thinking about my own happiness. They were extremely happy with this man being here, being around, being involved. So it did. It felt like a failure moment. But currently in this moment, no. I'm a hell of a mama. And I'm gonna stay hell of a mama. I love being a mama. And it gets rough. Hell, even before this show, we was having some technical difficulties. Being a mom, having to regroup and just say, okay, babies don't know how to talk. They don't know how to convey what's wrong with them. She frustrated. She hungry. We frustrated. We trying to get stuff done. That's life. So I don't ever feel like I'm failing as a mother because life happens to everybody. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then my next question would be, did you feel like you seen signs of him cheating? Like, we know that if you go on her TikTok, you talked about how, that you had got you caused you to have an STD, which then brought harm to baby Myia. So how do you feel about that? Did you feel like you should have just cut him off right then and there before we even got this far? Or how do you feel?
Honestly, I do feel like I knew he was cheating. I just felt like I said in the series, I'm not the woman, and maybe this is a, thing for me to work on. I'm not the woman to nag you. I'm not a nagging woman. I'm just not. So once I kind of give you my outline on what I expect or lay out my expectations, it's kind of hard for me to go back and be like, so did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? So whereas, yes, I did see signs that he could be cheating on me, I didn't move on them instantly because I'm a person that, number one, I don't never show my right hand what my left gonna do. And I just felt like what's done in the dark gonna always come to the light. And it did. It did. Everything came out, and it's okay. It was for the better.
So my next question is, what's up with you and his new girlfriend? Like, what's the smoke? Like, what's the beef for real? Because like we seen like the podcast that you went on to talk about it, but like, what's up with her? Like, why she keep throwing out you got 3 baby daddies? Like, what's up? What's the smoke?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know why she keep throwing out that I got 3 baby daddies because the whole world knows I have 3 baby daddies. It's not a secret. And I'm not ashamed of it. It's not like I went around lying about it or I'm like, no, I only got 1.5. No, there's 3 of them. They all 3 have different dads. And I'm a firm believer on you got one time to play with me. And we gonna reroute. I don't have 2 kids with no nigga. Just keep it all the way 100. However, I don't know what her beef is with me. I genuinely, and this is just me speaking, I'm a grown woman and I don't have to have no beef with nobody and I'm not ducking no smoke from nobody. But at the end of the day, I have so much that I've created and built that beefing with her not even worth it. It's not. When you're not on the same level as a person, certain things are just not. It's not for me, and that's one of those things that's not for me. I refuse to go back and forth with somebody who literally is on my level. No way, no how, no way. Like we don't have the same motion. We don't have nothing, and that's fine. But because you're the other woman, it never had to turn into beef because you was the other woman. The man was the common denominator. The man was the common issue, not me. The man lied to the both of us, so you say. But it's clear that I was lied to. Now, what you were lied to about is neither here nor there. I could care less. My thing is, it never had to turn into beef. I never was sneak dissing this girl. I never said anything about this girl, even when I found out about her. Like any other woman, I want to see who the woman is. Like, we're not going to act like that. And I guess what baffles me with people just in general, herself included, when things happen, we often feel like we're inhumane to things because it's not our situation. If you were that woman in them same shoes, you would go look for me. You and your friends would look for me. So why would it be any different? Why would anything change? We're both women. We both have feelings. We both emotional. And evidently, we both had love for this man at some point in time at the same time. So there's no need for us to be going back and forth because I've done nothing to either of them. But the disrespect comes from him. And I can't honestly just focus it on him or blame him because, blame her, excuse me. He plays his role. Because any man that goes and pillow talks about another woman, especially your daughter's mother, like, I've been nothing but good to you. I did nothing but good things for you. The same shirts that you're wearing when you go on these dates with this girl, those are my shirts. So we're not going to go there with the whole back and forth of what you do versus what was done or this, and that. It's no need for nobody to have no beef with me, period. Her or him. It's not. I do for my daughter. Can't nobody say I don't do for my daughter. I take care of my daughter, and I take care of her in peace. I don't call their phone asking for anything. The 2 times that I did call his phone to FaceTime him for his daughter to see him, he did not answer. It only took 2 times. 3rd time's the charm. I wasn't even finna run it back. You didn't answer. When I felt like being nice, and when I did feel like being nice, what was so crazy is she was still throwing shots about that. Stop calling my man phone and this and that. He has a child with me. I'm like,
What?
stop calling his phone. It's crazy. When we have a child together, a sickly child that he made sick at that. That's baffling to me. But that separates the women from the girls, because that's a child. That's a little girl who lays up with a man who's a deadbeat. I'll wait.
You clocking that T?
Clock it. Anywho.
So my next question is, he claims, well, I know that he claims that he tried to go see his, but she said he tried to go see his child and you wouldn't let him in the door. And I remember you saying that you had your Ring camera and you seen him walk up to the door. Do you really feel like he came there to see his daughter, or do you feel like he came to, like, for y'all to fight? What do you feel like was the reason behind that?
I feel like it was a whole bunch of mess going on that day, and she wanted a reason to find out, number 1, where I lived, and number 2, to see how much power she had over him, and he gave her every bit of that. Because if you was coming to see your daughter, you didn't need her. But let her tell it. She was very loud and vocal when she stated that she pulled up to somebody's house. My only thing is,
They came to the corner.
when you come to the house, you gotta ring the doorbell. The same way I saw him on the Ring camera is the same way I would have saw her if she was at my house, at my door.
She was
So talking from the corner and being very loud and vocal, that you were talking from a corner, is crazy. Now, do I feel like he came to see his child genuinely? No, I don't. I feel like he wanted beef. I feel like he wanted an issue, and I feel like he definitely wanted to see me and her go at it over him. And I wasn't going to give him or her any of that power, number 1, because for what? And for 2, this way me and my kids lay their head. Why would I dare put myself or my children in harm's way for you? 2 people who don't even have a place to stay. It's crazy. No, ma'am.
You better clock that T. Clock it. So where are things now with you and your baby daddy? After now the season dropped, he done came to your house, all this that transpired between you and this girl. Where are things now with you and your baby father?
We'll talk. And there's nothing to talk about. Like, this is my daughter. I'm going to take care of her. I do everything I'm supposed to do by her. She's going to be loved. I have a great village, and nothing stops. As y'all see right now, I'm working with my baby. My baby was supposed to be with my parents, and at the end of the day, life happens. Things change, and she's still here. And I still make the adjustments, and I still do what I'm supposed to do. As far as him, me and him don't have nothing to talk about. Maybe when he get his life together in a different time, different place, we'll see. But as I know right now, he's nowhere near on that journey. So we're going to leave him where he at. Because as long as you don't have no benefit for yourself, you damn sure don't have no benefit for your daughter.
And then let's discuss, I know you did a TikTok recently too about the name change, but to revisit here, what's up with the name change? Some people might feel like, oh, she's upset, so she just changed her name from Divinely to Myia. Like, what's up with the name change? Is it really to get back at him like you don't want to be in her life, you want to do all this, you cause my chaos, F you, or is it like something deeper behind the name change?
I mean, if you want to take it that way, by all means, take that message too. I'm not keeping that one from being taken. By all means, take that message. But was it intentionally to say a F you or to stump on your feelings? Absolutely not. It was definitely because it's no reason for me to live with the reality that we came up with this name together for this child who was supposed to mean everything to you just as much as she means to me, and she means nothing to you. So it's no need for you to even benefit from her. When you raise a child, you pour into your children. You give to your children day in and day out the love. When you cook for them, when you bathe them. When I talk to my daughter and she take a bath, it's intentional. I tell her how much I love her. Even in my most frustrating moments, and she makes me upset and I'm like, oh my goodness, she won't stop crying, or oh, she's frustrated. All of that still is a reflection of me as a parent. He's experienced none of that and has not tried to experience none of that. So there's no need for her to be named after you. Her being named after you and named something close to you was a sentimental thing for you. It spoke sentimental value to you. It speaks nothing to nobody else if you're not around. She was named after you, not me. So now the person who's loving her, the person who's pouring into her, who's intentional, that's who she's named after. And honestly, I just should have stuck with my first mind from the jump. When I said I wanted to name my daughter M name, that's what I should have did. I should have never deviated it for him, because at the end of the day, like I tell my boys, it's gonna always be us. And now that it's my daughter, it'll always be us. So when it's all said and done, mama got you. And I can't speak for that man, but what I can say is I always make sure you know the truth about that man. So no, it wasn't out of spite. And I'm still going to let her know, like I said in the video, that her name was once Devani. Like, for 3 months you were Devani, and it was, after your father. It has nothing to do, I don't believe in keeping stuff from kids. I don't. Once she get old enough and she's curious enough, however it comes up, I'm going to be honest with my child.
Okay, and then picking back off, him giving, is overall, is Myla okay? Some fathers want to know, how is her with her current medical condition with that whole thing? Is she okay? Is everything even able to get corrected, or what's up with baby Myla?
Okay, so Myla has a few different things going on. She was recently treated for an STD called syphilis. Most people know what syphilis is. And she was treated for it with a antibiotic at 4 days old. She had to have some follow-ups. She hasn't had to have any additional treatment for that, thank God. However, syphilis does mess with your vision. So they had some concerns about her vision. However, her last appointment, at her 4-month appointment, she was able to pass the vision test. So we are on the straight and narrow for making sure that her vision is on the way to what it needs to be. So we don't have any complications there. Now, she also has something called a duplicated right kidney system, which means her kidney is functioning in 2 parts. So it's dumping in 2 areas. That is a terrible thing, and nothing about that is healthy. She does have to have surgery. However, because they cannot find the cause, when you cannot find the cause, you usually can't give out a cure because you don't know where to stop the problem. So with that being said, she's only 4 months, and in order for them to get a more intensified test, she has to be 6 months because she would need an MRI. MRIs on babies require them to have very, very, very small, what do you call it? They have to be put to sleep. I can't even think of the name off the top of my head. But anyway, she would have to be put to sleep. And general anesthesia, there you go. It requires anesthesia, and a baby who needs general anesthesia, usually they will not give it to that child before 6 months. So when she turns 6 months, we'll have a better understanding of what actually caused this duplicated right kidney and where we can fix it, and then she'll go into surgery. So as of now, she takes an antibiotic every day. She takes vitamin D drops every day, and she's functioning pretty well. She doesn't have any major complications that I know of, other than what she's been treated for, and I just love on her and spoil her so that she knows she has nothing but love and support, and that her family, we gonna be there irregardless.
Okay, every TT baby passing that vision test. So what would you say to your followers that are going through similar situations, like going through whether it's a baby daddy, or she's just going through something with a man that's just all of a sudden just unexpected, or just something similar? What would you say to your followers to give them strength, or to
what I would say is their true love, I do believe it exists. It's one of them things that you have to be patient. I'm learning that God has things for you, and He puts people in your life to teach you lessons. Like I said, I didn't know that lesson at first, but I'm definitely learning what those lessons are now. What I will say is heal and grow into who you are. everybody's healing journey is not the same. Everybody don't need 5 years to heal. Everybody don't need 3 years to heal. Everybody don't need, no long drawn out things. Some people need counseling. Some people just journal. Some people read. Some people do a combo. Whatever works for you, that's what I say you work on and you move forward. What's done is done. What you cannot control, what you cannot change, you have to let go. You do. As much as it may hurt, as much as it may not be the most comfortable situation, it's never comfortable as a mother to sit up and say, I fucked up. It's never comfortable. It's never comfortable to sit as a mother and say, I'm the reason this person hurt you. It's never comfortable. But as a grown woman and as a mother, you stand on your 10 toes and you stand 10 toes down and you say, I did fuck up. I did mess up. That was created because of me. And we're not going back down that road no more. And that's just kind of where I am. I'm a firm believer in telling anybody, stand tall. Shit happens. Life happens. Why would we be put on the earth if shit wasn't going to happen? If everything was going to be perfect, why we just don't operate like that? Imperfection. It's the reason. So the only way you're going to learn from something, the only way you're going to know something is if you learn from it and if you go through it. And I just feel like at this point, this was one of those things where I had to go through. So I would say, continue being you. Be the best version of you. Stump on them hoes next. Don't stop.
So if you having a cookbook, an autobiography, a TikToker, Amazon ambassador, having a cooking show, a podcast, and coming out with another cookbook, having a non-for-profit, having a content creator house that apparently I'm for the run soon, y'all. What's next for the Boss Mom? What's next? What can we expect?
Damn, you knew everything. Not you dropped all the tea. Honestly, hearing all of those titles and all of those hats make me smile. I don't know if y'all saw me get a little cheesy when she was
Shannon
talking.
Sharp,
Yeah, period. Because honestly, I love being a jack of all trades. I love being able to be in different places and put on different hats and still do my thing. I feel like my purpose is to be purposeful for people, whatever that may look like. So if that's teaching you how to run your business, I'm purposeful to you. If that's teaching you how to be a content creator or an influencer, I'm purposeful to you. If that's bringing you off the streets because you're homeless and you need somewhere to stay and learn how to reintegrate, I'm purposeful to you. Whatever that looks like, I already wear the hat of a mother to 3 different kids with 3 different personalities, 3 different ages in totally different spaces. And so for me, what's next is growth, more opportunity, bigger and better. Myia Dominique. I am expanding my brand. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a podcast with my sister, so it should be pretty fun. So I'm excited to brand and start marketing that. I am rebranding my cooking show. I am writing another cookbook. I'm hoping to have it out by next year, my birthday. They will both be tangible. I am working on a very, very, very big business birthday bash. Your girl gonna be 30 next year. Big 30, dirty 30. So, and it's my golden birthday. So I'm definitely doing it big. And honestly, just be looking out for just new things with me. Just new things, the life. I've started to do different type of vlogs, changed up my content a little bit. Made some more connections, just really stepping and making that foot forward to really do the things that I need to do, taking that step forward to do the things that I need to do, and honestly, getting rich, baby, getting rich. I want to be a millionaire, and I'm not going to stop until I do it. But most of all, being happy, being the best mother, being the best Myia I can be. And if that means a relationship, if that means a new person, if that means new relationships, new friendships, new mommyships, whatever that means, I'm looking forward to it with everything open.
So I know people want to know. So since you're single, are you dating and ready to mingle?
I am single, ready to mingle. I don't know how much mingling I'm ready to do right now. But I do a little dipping and dabbing. I got my eye on something. I'm chilling.
Well, you got your eye on something.
You so messy.
Oh, big dog. She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog.
You know it.
Clock that T.
Period.
Well, y'all, I have no more questions for you. It sounds like, we're going to end it off at who she dating.
Not who I'm dating. I'm not telling y'all who I'm dating. I do, like I said, have my eye on somebody.
Still have the inbox.
But I definitely just think this episode was needed, and I felt like my cousin was the perfect person to come up with the questions. I want y'all to know I did not know none of those questions. She told me one question today before we recorded, and that was it. So she did have some amazing questions, and I hope I answered everything, because going into this new chapter, going into being on TV, possibly about my story, being under contract with TV shows and media companies and all of those different things like that, I wanted to be very transparent and forthcoming on my own platform before going on somebody else's and speaking on it. Because now we at a place where if I ain't getting paid, I ain't talking about it, okay? So at that point, I wanted to really answer everything for everyone so that it became a kind of open deck. It was a fresh start. We got a fresh start. Life goes on. Things are great on my end. And I have no hard feelings or bitterness to anybody. I don't want no beef with nobody. I want to be happy. I'm a lover girl, okay? I'm trying to tell you, I want to be laid up with something real nice. I ain't trying to be into it. All right? So if I didn't answer your question, I apologize. We tried to go through like all of the, videos and see what was common questions and things people wanted to hear, but most of all, or not hear, but know the answers to. But most of all, like I said, I want to be transparent on my own platform, because like I said, you only get so much you can say on TikTok in 10 minutes. But y'all already know what I'm going to say. Like this video. Let me know some. Comment. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how my girl did.
And if you have any more questions, of course, let us know. Comment it.
But outside of commenting, letting us know questions or how we did, y'all already should know. Subscribe to the channel, because join the family. Your girl is lit over here. But then hit that notification bell so you don't miss nothing, because I put up different vlogs all the time. I'm thinking of doing some Q&As coming up. Just with my branding overall, I want to expand. So I already wanted to drop that for y'all and let y'all know, because Myia Speaks, baby, and it's over with. It's over, it's done, it's in the past. But most of all, it turned pain into pennies, so we ain't even worried about it. But I love y'all down so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.